All right, we got our little plug done. I'm going to throw that in the sink and cool it off. We'll go back over and fit it on the frame. Hey, good morning, everybody. Welcome back. Saturday in the shop as usual, and we're going to be back on the aluminum bobber build today. So we got some parts in that we sent out to be CNC machined. If you remember, we had some models we made up and 3D printed them. Can't remember if I've showed this or not yet, but this is our rear upper motor mount. So that came in. Our neck gusset came in, and then our rear frame axle plate gussets, which I just can't tell you how pumped I am for these. I mean, they're just absolutely gorgeous. So we got two of those, and then we got some smaller pieces. We got our axle adjuster blocks, our rear axle adjuster plate, which will go over the end of the tube, some little washers for our axle, and some spool mounts. So this will go onto the rear of the frame. If you're familiar with like sport bikes and stuff that have swing arm spools, and then you can use a swing arm stand. So we got these as well. Super excited about getting these pieces put on this frame here today, and hopefully we can get all the rest of our frame figured out, our seat rails, and get our last pieces tacked in so we kind of have like our main frame portion sitting and ready to go. So we also need to modify the engine cases a little bit, which I knew I was going to have to do. I'm not sure if we'll get to that today or not. Honestly, not sure how much and what all will get done, but we're going to take whatever time we have and work on this thing and see what we can make happen. All right, so we're out here where we left off at our frame. We got our frame fittings here, and first thing we're going to do is just get a little test fit. See how these, gotta go the other way. That's looking good. Well, when we put them in the final time, we'll obviously use our dead blow hammer and get them secured in there nice and tight. And that's how it goes in and actually fits even a little tighter. But like I said, we'll drive those in with our dead blow. And man, this thing is pretty sick. So we do need to, if you can see here, these are like razor thin where they were machined. So I'm just going to take over on the belt sander, knock a little bit of that sharpness off so we get into a little bit of the thicker meat for when we do our welding. All right, guys, so we got those sanded down. Next thing we're going to do is get our frame tube where we're going to weld those in really clean. I am by no means the best aluminum welder. It's critical that you have a nice clean tube or whatever the part is that you're going to be welding. It just makes such a difference in the job you get. So I'm going to take my time, get this stuff really cleaned up, and give myself the best chance at some nice welds here. All right, go ahead and get the same done on the edges of these new billet parts, which really should be pretty easy because they're brand new aluminum. All right. I'll grab a rag and we're going to wipe all this down with acetone. Getting low on acetone. All right. There we go. Got those bad boys locked in. Fit is awesome. And this thing looks pretty damn wild if I do say so. And while we're here, I'm going to need to get this plate tacked in. And go ahead and clean these frame tubes up also. So we're not going to drill our back motor mount here just yet, but I do want to get it sort of clamped in place just so we can make sure it's how we're going to want. All right, so before we go any further, I'm going to get these cases out over to the mill and machine the bottom clearances we need. I just don't want to have any trouble, so I want to get get it sitting in the frame exactly how we're going to want. So it's very close, but I just don't want to have any problems. So let's go ahead and doing this now. It needs to get done anyway, so not really a big deal. And it'll be one more piece of the puzzle checked off the list. Hey guys, real big announcement. If you follow us on Instagram or Facebook, you've probably already seen this. If you don't, please do that so you can get our more timely updates. But next year, about, well, a little over 11 months from now, or maybe exactly 11 months anyway, is our 20-year anniversary. So we have decided to have a big event, obviously, to celebrate. And part of that event is going to be an invited builder show. So if you are a bike builder and you want to build a custom bike, you can apply now. You send us an email, gattisgarage@gmail.com. Tell us about yourself, your previous builds, and what kind of bike you have that you plan on building for the event. It's going to be October 17th, Saturday, here at the shop in Lake Worth, Florida. So if you want to build a bike, you do have to be able to have plans to be here for that event. The bike will get built over the next, well, it'll be 10 months because we're going to announce the participants in January, and then you can get started building. You'll be required to post on Instagram with your build updates and stuff just to get everybody excited and following along on the builds. We are currently working on sponsors. We already have Law Tiger South Florida on as a sponsor. We have Casting and Cooking Barbecue on as a sponsor. Please find them on all the social media stuff and give them a follow. They're going to be big supporters of this event. The winner of the bike show will get a $2,500 cash prize and a lot of other stuff that we're still working on putting together from some of our other vendors and people who are going to be coming on as sponsors. So, you know, as far as parts and whatever else we can come up with, we're going to try and make the package as big as possible, obviously. So it's a really cool thing, something you can get involved in and, you know, win some money and some stuff. So if you want to try and get entered to win, send us that email and We are going to announce the participants. We're leaving the registration open from now until the end of the year, and we'll announce the participants on January 1st, and then the builds will commence. So really looking forward to this. Super excited. This is the first time we're ever doing a invitational bike show like this, and we're hoping it'll turn out to be well received and maybe something that we'll add to the schedule for a yearly event. All right, so we got our case here on the mill. I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of some of these fins underneath here. So this is just needed because since we replaced the motor mounts, which were just thin steel with the billet aluminum mounts, they're thicker and take up a little bit more room. So obviously not a huge big deal. We're just going to go ahead and make the room we need. It's not a bad finish.
Yeah. It's not like you can polish them, you know?
I mean, someone could, but
In between all the grooves, yeah, what it costs 30,000.
probably, right? I mean, the only thing I'm concerned about is it having absolutely no contrast of any kind. You know what I mean? Like,
Other than a stock motor.
no, but I mean, it wouldn't be stock. But I'm saying, like,
Technically, how it came from the factory, it would look as close to factory as possible.
they were black from the factory.
Were they really?
Yeah.
Were they all covered up
No.
with plastics? Well, then you got to do a gloss black.
I mean, I'm just thinking for still like the covers and stuff polished.
Yeah.
You know, but I just if it's just all aluminum, it might look like nothing almost.
You could lose
You know, like when the guy's flat black, the whole bike, and it just that's my only.
Yeah, that makes sense.
You know.
Yeah. Always covered and just kind of look at the rest of the side looks best.
Yeah.
But that's a nice looking finish.
Oh, without a doubt. Yeah, I'm not saying it's not a nice looking finish. I'm just slightly concerned about the contrast. The fins were hitting the fixture. They're hitting the damn jig. Nah, I'm gonna just take them off.
Take them off?
Well, as low as I can get them.
Oh, really?
We used to do that on our drag bikes anyway.
Where is that part of the motor?
It's the front underneath. All right, guys. So we got our fins cut. We got our motor in, and we're ready to start tacking some stuff in place. No, I'm just tacking this back. I had to. Hey, Tom,
Yeah,
can you come?
absolutely.
Yeah. How does this all look?
Right there. Pull it a hair towards you.
No, I can't.
Can't? Okay, well, just keep it as far as you can. You want me to?
Yeah. Grab a glove
Okay.
and come so you can like hold this down into this, like maybe right here,
Yeah.
while I zap a tack on it.
Yeah. It's like right there.
Yeah.
Okay. No, I just want to show you now. Does that look like it's down where you need it?
Yeah. I think I need to clamp this in.
Yeah, that's. You're good. Where's some of the clamps I can grab them?
I don't know.
Where are they normally kept?
Well, there's one right there hanging on that press brake. They're not really normally kept anywhere. They're just fucking, yeah. Oh.
Right here, you mean? These?
No. That big.
Oh, the big
Yeah.
ones.
They got them all. They're using them for fucking
For holders.
holders. Yeah.
It's just a hair off, but that's okay.
Yeah.
That's going to be cleaned and ground, right?
Exactly.
You don't want it to go below grade right there, do you?
It's not. But this isn't really.
Yeah, you got to put.
Maybe
it's got to go that way.
Try maybe clamping that side first.
Yeah. Okay.
I know it's not really.
It's not really.
I have. There we go. Is that doing it?
But it pushed it.
That's all right. I'm gonna just take this clamp here for now, and we'll do them both.
Because this. Hold on! Don't do yours yet. Because this has got to go in and down right to there.
Okay.
But is that going to make it too crooked?
Doesn't really look like it.
Okay. Okay, that's as tight. I'm going to hold this. That's as tight as it wants to go. I think that. See that? If you can get that down, that's where I had to get this corner down.
Yeah, I need some kind of better clamp.
Yeah. Yeah, you get that down below grade and that below where that little lip is, and it'll straighten out this back end. Okay, did it move over? It's got to go down just a touch, can it?
No.
It can't go down?
There ain't no way. It's because it's touching here hard.
Because it looked like it moved a little bit the first time you latched it. Right there.
Okay.
Right there. That's it.
Tack.
I'm going to hold this here just to keep pressure on this, okay?
That's still good.
Now you got enough of this stuff so you can pull the motor up, right?
Yeah.
Okay, and the cylinder heads go on too?
Yep. Yeah. And then I'll just fill that in the inside.
Yeah.
Probably bevel the edges out, and it'll just be a little sweeper in there.
Yeah. Are you taking this? I didn't know.
Yeah. I wasn't sure. I couldn't remember. All right. So now tack these bad boys in, and then we can make our seat rails.
They're in for good now, son.
Yeah. So if we go 11 inches, all right, so let's go 12 by 10. Street Bob. 12 by 10 by 2.5 in the front. All right, so we've decided we're going to mimic our bottom plate here into our seat rail. We'll cut it out a piece of 1/2 inch aluminum. So we're going to jump over to the plasma table, get this drawn up and cut out, and then come and pre-fit it and see what we got. All right, so we cut our little pattern. I'm a little bit off, but that's why we cut these little thin patterns. Makes it easier for us to make adjustments, and so we're looking pretty good. I've made this notch 1.25 inches. I forgot the backbone's 1.5 inches, so I'll make that adjustment, and that's really probably about it. Then we'll cut it out of some inch or 1/2 inch aluminum plate. All right, we got our 1/2 inch plate cut. See if I can show you guys. We've got our notch here because we're going to make a piece of tubing, or not tubing, a solid chunk on the lathe that fits in here. And I may end up slicing this at an angle so this backbone comes and then blends right into there. I think I'll probably do that, like kind of a slice just like this. And then we'll make our filler bung and also machine that down at a sliced angle and have that flow right into the seat rail area. So pretty pumped for this thing overall, man. This is the last real major piece of the frame. You know, obviously still got lots of welding to do and fitting of little pieces and parts, but for the main frame structure, this will be it. It'll allow us to get it all full welded and out of the frame jig and then continue on with this build. All right, we got our little plug done. We'll throw that in the sink and cool it off. We'll go back over and fit it on the frame. All right, so we had to jump back over to the lathe for a minute. Our backbone filler plug needed to be cut on an angle because of the angle of the backbone. So we put the filler bung back in there and I just chucked it up on an angle
and that allowed me to face it off, but it's going to cut it to our desired angle as opposed to facing it off square. So just a little trick I use when I need to get an angle cut on something like that. Could have very easily thrown it in the mill, but I have the vise off the mill because we were machining the cases earlier, and so this was just a quick, easy way to get that handled and get the part cut like we needed. So with our angle cut part, we're going to go ahead and jump over, put it in the frame, and we got our seat rails placed in. Had a little electrical work to do around the shop today, so the welder shut down for a minute while we get some power run up to our new skin packing machine in the front. Did have a little audio issue, so I'm recording this in a voiceover. That's why my mouth doesn't match up with my words. And I was just describing there that we're going to slice that off, so the backbone will flow down into the seat rails nice. And I can't remember what else I was saying, but I was probably just staring at this thing in a little bit of amazement. Really super happy with how it's turning out, and can't wait to get this thing out of the jig and get it into a roller.
Alright guys, I had an audio mishap and my microphone died, so I honestly don't know when that happened, so I'll figure that out in editing. But we got our frame complete mock-up. As you can see here, obviously we've got lots of welding to do, but the overall shape and fit of the frame is done, which is awesome. I'm super pumped. I don't know. I hope you guys like it as much as I do. Alright guys, we're done for the day. I'm spent. It's been a long week, and I'm ready to get out of here. So I'm going to run down our build tally for the day. So we had all of our billet parts we had done outside the shop. So the rear axle gusset parts, $450 for two, or each, so $900 for two. The inside axle adjuster blocks, $75 a piece, $150. The swing arm spool mounts were $100 a piece, $200. The rear axle adjuster plates were $89 a piece, $178. The axle washers, $25 a piece, $50. We spent 3 hours, a little more than 3 hours, but I'm just calling it 3 hours today on labor, $140 an hour, $420 total. And then we had some 1/2-inch plate, raw material, $35, and some 1.5-inch round bar, $8. So that brought our total for the day to $1,933, and our build tally so far, $15,229.72. So I had a couple people ask me about that when I forgot to do it once, so I'm going to keep doing it on this whole build. Hope you find it interesting. And that's it. We're going to get out of here. Please, if you're not on our Instagram, check it out. Check out our invited builder show details. If you want to build a bike, we would love to have you apply. It's only going to be 5 people this go round, so you know, get your applications in, and we'll be selecting the 5 people in December, like on the 30th or 31st. We'll announce it, or we'll decide and then announce it on January 1st. So you'll have plenty of time to do your build, and hopefully by then we'll have some more of our sponsor stuff nailed down, and we'll know more about what the prize package is. But without a doubt, $2,500 cash prize, and it's going to be a great time. Make plans to be here, even if you don't want to build a bike. 20-year anniversary. So that is it. Check out the giveaway bike details. Also, still trying to get this thing done also by the end of the year, so I'm not sure how that's going to go. But anyway, that is that. We are all set. I appreciate you guys spending your time with us as always, and we hope to see you next time at Gattis Garage.